Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and MPD by somebody that has both. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons and do all the socially things scrolling past you on the screen right now. Thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon. There's a link in the description below. Oh damn it. A phone alarm went off. We're going to work through it. Never mind. I put loads of stuff on Patreon. There's loads of podcast stuff coming out. I'm up to doing several a week of those, so go and check those out. It's all the stuff that I can't really talk about on here. It's a bit more personal and other stuff. Anyway, as you know, I've recently been going through a lot of favorite person stuff and figuring a lot out. And one question you inevitably ask yourself when your favorite person is somebody who you've been in a romantic relationship with is, did I really love somebody? Or was it just a favorite person thing? And that brings up a lot of interesting questions to deal with, right? Because if what we get is infatuated with people, if we make them into favorite people, do we ever really love anybody? Can we do that? And how do we tell the difference? How do we tell what is really loving somebody and what is a favorite person thing? It's a really complicated thing. And I don't think there's any clear-cut answer to capture all of it. I think it's possible to experience real love and a favorite personing at the same time. And when you're in it, I think it's possible to tell the difference. And I sort of question this, because all my life, my favorite person has been the person I'm in a romantic relationship with, however long that is. But I've only recently been able to experience the person who I love and being in a romantic relationship with being somebody other than my favorite person. I thought the change had come, but it clearly hadn't. And so for the first time ever, my FP wasn't my girlfriend. And so, can I tell the difference? Because here I've got a clear-cut different set of emotions here. I've got someone I'm in a relationship with who is not my FP. All of those feelings are real. And then I've got an ex-partner who is my FP, who I know I have FP feelings about. So what's the difference? Well, it can be tricky because they sort of manifest in the same way. But the thing you have to look out for is your reaction to the thing that is happening. Okay? The favorite person stuff is full of a lot more panic. It's a lot more urgent. It's a lot more desperate and fearful. And you can see that in the way that you react to the things that you're feeling. So, for example, if you have someone you love and you have a favorite person, it's possible to miss that person, right? It's possible to love someone and just want to be with them and need to be with them and all of that kind of thing. And those are emotions that fit both scenarios. You miss your favorite person, you miss a person that you're in love with. But how do you react to that? How do you deal with that? You see, because when there's no favorite personing involved, then missing someone that you love isn't fun. It's not a pleasant experience. It's missing someone, for goodness sake. You know how that feels. But it's not frightening. It's not terrifying. When you miss your favorite person, there is panic. You are the baby in the pram whose toy has gone over the edge. And all you know how to do is scream and flail your arms about until somebody puts the toy back in the pram. That's the favorite person stuff. It's not just not pleasant, it's horrible. Panic is the key to it. That's that, panic and fear. And those elements aren't present when there's not a favorite person around. Those feelings are insecurity, they're fear and panic. And they don't apply in a non-favorite person scenario. They don't apply in a secure bonding, because you know you're going to see that person. And yeah, you miss them. It hurts that they're not with you, but you can do it. A favorite person, not so much. You have to clamber back to be with them. You have to be desperate. And the other thing is about seeing flaws in a person, seeing what's wrong. Because love doesn't mask those things. There's that saying, love is blind. It's not. It's really not. Being a favorite person, having a favorite person, that is blind. That is this person is amazing and you can't see what's wrong with them, no matter how much people are telling you, no matter what people are saying to you. You can just dismiss it all because they're your favorite person. They can do no wrong. And no matter what they do to hurt to you, to lie to you, to hide things from you, to mislead you, to pretend that they don't know things and all kinds of stuff. All these things they can do to hurt you that they don't really care about, they can do that. Someone who loves you doesn't do that. Someone who actually loves you, that you love, all of that doesn't take place. There's a massive difference between the two scenarios, between a favorite person and loving somebody. With somebody that you love, you can see flaws. You can see their imperfections. And you can make a decision as to whether you love them in spite of those things or not, or whatever. They're there. And some of them you can just accept. Some of them you can move on. I mean, these things are individual to a relationship, and you decide personally whether that is somebody you can be in a relationship with. But you see that that's a rational decision based on things you know about a person, that you can look at them for their pluses and their minuses, their pros and their cons. They're not just all pro. Nobody is all pro, right? Nobody is perfect. Nobody at all is blameless or whatever. And if it's an FP, you can't see all these things. You just can't. And you'll dismiss them and do anything to not believe them and that. And occasionally you'll figure stuff out. Occasionally it'll hit you and it's horrible. And you realize what you're doing. This doesn't happen outside of favorite person relationships. The more I think about it, the more I talk about it, you can see the toxicity in them. It's oozing out of them. It's everywhere. It's gross. It's icky. And eventually you just feel kind of that you were in it. And loving somebody doesn't have that. It doesn't. It's a completely different set of emotions. It's a completely different set of feelings. There's no panic. There's no anxiety. There's no what if. There's no if onlys. It just is. One is clearly better than the other. And I think if you stay aware of these reactions, of the panic, of the fear, of the anxiety, of the insecurity, it might be possible to sort of identify these feelings as they come up in a relationship. and to start looking at the methods of how we deal with having a favorite person at all. Because look, if your romantic partner is your favorite person, that can be somewhat useful. That can be somewhat handy. You can get away with it for perhaps decades, right? But it's still not healthy. You don't want to have a favorite person. And it happens because you've not got enough going on. You're focusing all your attention and energy on one person. That's not good. And so it's important, I think, to maintain as much as you can a variety of people to be in contact with, a variety of people to focus on, an interest to focus on, and that sort of thing. And maybe if you find yourself having favorite person feelings instead of love, you need to come back to these things to spread yourself around a bit more, to have a life, really, because I think that's what this boils down to. It's been a difficult concept to get around. And it raises more questions than it answers, but I feel like it's a step in the right direction. So anyway, let me know how you get on with these things. Write some comments. I love it when you guys write comments. And let me know more about doing a live stream. I'm interested to do a live stream sort of once a week, that sort of thing. What would I do? I'm interested to know. Anyway, you lot take care. I'll see you later. Bye.